let's get to order. First order of business is approval of the minutes. The August
I make a
minutes.
motion they be approved.
Is there a second? All in favor? All opposed? Good, passes unanimous. President's remarks, I really don't have anything. We're gonna talk about a community issue later under new business, and I'll talk then. Office update.
Okay, remember, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, I found a resolution for the county that Public Works would help us with deciding whether or not we could do a speed bump. And I contacted Robert White, who is one of the directors of Public Works, and he did not know about it, so he forwarded my email to Matt Tedmer, who had also not heard of it. But he will check, and that was August 22nd, I haven't heard back. I will say this, when I looked at that resolution again, it was a proposal sent forth by Public Works Director at the time, I can't think of his name right now. He sent his recommendation that the commissioners should sign it. It may be that they never did. I don't know. So that's, yeah. Collections. You know, I sent out mid-year statements on the 2nd, I think, of August, and we've collected $14,377. So that's, I think, a pretty good return on postage and so on. I think all of you know, according to Appeal Landfill, the commissioners or the county was now going to be charging us $250 each for the bins that we have set out here for the cleanup day. We wrote a letter and sent it last week, I think. Got a call, I sent it out a week and a half ago, a week ago. Got a call last week from the the deputy county administrator, Linda Turner. And she said that my cart was interested in this and was concerned about it and wanted to offer the proposal of, there's two different proposals. We could be charged $250 for each bin and no cost for the weight of the trash, which would then make it $500. Or, and this is the proposal he liked better, and I think it makes more sense, we would not be charged for the bin that has the recycling, nor would we be charged for the recycling, because we never are. So there's that one.
That means metal.
The metal, yes, the metal recycling. We would be charged for the bin in which we collect trash, and then we would, so $250 plus $95 a ton, which is what one of those generally holds, so be about $350. So that seems reasonable compared to
What were we paying before?
average of $300 is what I told them when I
That's pretty
wrote,
much-
when we put
that's
the
pretty much the same.
letter.
Pretty much the
Yeah,
same.
not
Pretty much
much
the same.
more, so I
Yeah.
thought that was
Yeah.
reasonable, okay. So, I crafted a letter today and Tony's already signed it, because obviously it's, and I didn't say, we're doing it, yes, but I said the board is considering blah, blah, blah. So anyway, that went out today, thank you, Mike, which makes sense, yeah. I got the request for the audit documents, 74, 75 various invoices and other transactions, proof of documentation for the audit, and they're really running late, because the membership meeting is the 24th. And I don't know why we waited so long. I mean, I kept asking, hey, because it takes a little time to put them together. I had already submitted a lot of other things, but this is separate from that. The bylaws require that the audit be available. Susan, John knew about that. John always wanted to see the audit in September. So I think he's the only one that ever asked for it.
Is that the deadline, September 30th or something?
Well, I told them that the membership meeting is the 24th and that we need to have it available. So they said it would be. So.
It never made the bestseller list.
No, it didn't. And I think it's pretty boring. But anyway, that's it.
Well, wait a minute, 'cause based on what you said, because money's involved, don't we have to vote on which proposal we like?
Oh,
Whether it's the $250 each flat or the $250 just for the trash and then per
Yeah, maybe
per
so.
ton?
I guess, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, proposal A or proposal B.
We want the cheaper one.
I think B is cheaper
So somebody
substantially,
needs to make a motion.
because the other one is 500, the other one is $500 before you go anywhere, and proposal B is just $250 plus $95 a ton. And so it's gonna be about $300 versus $500 for the other one.
Yeah, I propose that we do B.
Proposal B. Is
Okay.
there a
I'll second it.
All in favor? Opposed? There we go. We got
So
it.
along those lines then, shall we try to schedule one for October? I have only 2 Saturdays I can do, I guess, the 19th or the 26th. The 5th is Oktoberfest.
Oh, okay.
The 12th, I'm out of town. And the 19th and 26th, I'm following too.
But hey, the 12th is Yom Kippur, I can't
Okay.
Let's see, you're saying that the two choices were what again,
The
19th
19th and the 26th.
and the 26th?
I think the 19th, just because it's earlier, you know, the 26th, you
Yeah, I know.
can get a nip in the air.
Halloween too.
Oh, yeah, Halloween.
The 26th is best for me. Okay, wait, let's see. No, the 19th is best for me.
Where you traveling
Any
to?
excuse works.
I'm getting there.
I can't do the 12th, but I can do the 19th.
Can we do
Well, the 19th,
Yeah.
how about the 19th?
John, are you?
The day works for me.
Okay, good.
I think in terms of the community, I think the 19th is probably
Yeah,
more
yeah,
likely
yeah.
to get people to do things.
So I can get that in time, into the newsletter then, so that's
Yeah.
good time.
All right,
All right.
the 19th. All right, good. All right, committee reports. Roads, where are we on paving?
Steve sent me an update. Grover's Landscape is scheduled to complete the work up on Mill Creek that you approved the additional $500 for last month. They're a little hard to pin down on their schedule, but he said they are scheduled, that, you know, they have it on the list. She-High Paving is currently working on Lesson Drive off of, Walsh Lane off of Chestnut, both directions off of Chestnut. They should be completed with that close of business tomorrow. Thursday and Friday, they'll be paving Oak, Pilot Way, and Bowie Way. All the other roads have been done. They'll return the week of the 9th to start the backup on the edge, the shoulder backup. That's it.
Good. Jack, finance, money.
Everything looks, quick look at the budget documents today, they all look okay, just where we want to be. I note that our property taxes have gone up substantially, but so have mine at home, so.
Yeah, so we expected.
I mean, the property taxes, just in general, have gone up so much this year. I don't know. But otherwise, it looks okay.
Any questions? Environment, Bonnie?
I've been in touch with Mark Smith, and we're on his list for Phragmites treatment this fall. And there's usually a window sometime in September through October, and it depends on whether the day is windy or not. So there's a lot of variables in there, but we're definitely on the list.
September through October sometime?
Yeah.
Is that it? John, how safe are we?
Well, I have some news. I have some volunteers to join the radio club to help us with the radio. There's a gentleman that lives on Walsh Lane, Andy Bizets. I think that's how you pronounce his
I'm
name.
familiar with the name.
Yeah, I guess he helped Peter out in the past with the radio, so he'd like to participate and volunteer to on the team. So I think we're just going to need access to the space on Saturday.
Yeah, I can give you the key code. All right.
Yeah, I don't know, it'd be good, because to have somebody from the past who
Yes.
knew what was going on back then,
I think
because
so.
otherwise, no one would,
Yeah.
really be able to connect the dots
It's
well.
always a new beginning.
Well, we can always build from there, but it's nice to have a connection to what Peter was doing. Yeah.
And John, if you need to call me, I'll be around, you know, you can call on Saturday or something.
Okay.
Do you have my cell number?
I do. I have your cell phone number. Got it.
And that's it, other than that, we're not safe. we talk about the welcoming committee?
I have 2 on hand to distribute, and I've got supplies to assemble 4, so no big hurry, but, you know. Well, you're the only one here that's on, no, Asha.
I'm here.
Sorry, Asha.
They're talking about me.
Fastball.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I
Unwelcome.
Dismiss me, okay, I'll leave.
I know what I'm not one. Anyway, so whenever you guys, you want to maybe send an email out,
Okay.
sure, or Susan to her. So,
I'm gone a lot in October.
Okay,
I'm around until
well,
October.
then we should probably do it sooner than later, and do like,
This is
you know,
the
before, yeah. Yeah. All right.
Mike, how are we doing with the planning committee?
Well, as I reported last time, Ree and I did a measurement on the beach width per Kurt's suggestion. And so we're gonna try to get that on to more like a, schedule that corresponds closely as we can with the solstice. So, Rhea, when do you leave?
End of September, it's just for a day, I mean, like, I'm leaving on a Saturday and coming back Tuesday.
No, but when do you leave in September?
Oh, well. I don't know. Oh, here it is. September 28th, which is a Saturday, flying back in on the 1st.
Okay. So I'll look at the tides and it'll probably either be like somewhere around the 19th or somewhere around the 27th.
Okay, that works.
I'll figure that out, but
Okay,
we can work together and do that.
okay, that works.
And who do we give the wonderful bad news that our beach is getting bigger? Who do we tell them?
Are you gonna be doing this
Pardon
quarterly
my
then?
cynicism today.
Are you gonna be doing this quarterly then, is that the idea?
All right, unfinished business, I don't think we have any.
I don't think so.
Yeah, there is none. Okay, now we get down to a wonderful little bit of new business. Easement on Surf Drive.
Question before you go.
Oh.
Did we finally kill the reserve thing?
Yes.
Is that
Yeah, it's
totally done, dead,
Yes.
rest in peace?
Yes.
And it's
and
on a
I-
shelf somewhere?
But you know what
Yeah.
what we ought to do, to be honest to ourselves, was remember we said we would look at out years as some way to predict what we're gonna spend money on in the future.
Well,
Am
what
I
I will,
whistling?
what I will do, maybe I can just take that spreadsheet and put those things in. and I-
Yeah.
That's what you were
You know,
mentioning.
because right now they're in a different, the way they were in the report is in a
Yeah,
order that didn't really lend
Yeah,
itself
that's-
to
yeah,
be useful.
Nonsense.
Okay, I can-
But
Just as an aside, I talked with the manager at CRE, Maggie. You know what they have in reserve? Of course, they have a community that's 4 times the size.
yeah,
Mhm.
They have a major dam in there that should something happen, so on and so forth. They have buildings, outbuildings with equipment and so on and so on. They right now have 5.some million in reserve. And she had been, calculating and thought that they were at about 60% of what had been recommended. And for some reason, they didn't use Miller Dotson. I got the name of the company they used, but I don't think we want to use them. Because I don't think that they actually inspect and make a decision. The CRE had to have another company come in and examine all their assets and so on, and make a determination about replacement cost. And when they did that, instead of being 60% or so, she was down to like 30-some% of what is now being
at
applied.
5 million, they were at 30%.
Yes. And I believe she said that they also asked that the STD be excluded. The roads, and because of the STD money that goes toward the roads. So, anyway, just thought
Well,
I'd
I like
put that out
that,
there.
you stay with Miller Dotson, we were able to control it,
Well,
you know. We were able to
it's
do
either that or
something.
pay somebody else to come in and inspect
Well, we did,
We have to
re-asset
pay them again? What is this, an annual fee that we?
every couple of years.
oh, I think, is that every time yours I do this, or?
So I don't know, I don't remember.
Well,
Because
whatever's,
everybody will be here, so.
whatever's the legal
I'll be here
limit,
forever. You
hold
go
your
and
breath
go
and pretend you missed it, and then when they catch you, do
The
it
thing is
again.
that we can just follow the model we did for this
Right,
time.
yeah, so it shouldn't be.
And with Miller Dotson, so there shouldn't be an issue.
they're used to our saying no, no, no.
I have to say, this is a scam.
It is, I think so.
That, is-
You
I
know,
did wonder also.
I think it makes a lot of sense for buildings that have like swimming pools on the roof, underground
Yeah.
parking, all of this stuff, elevators, multiple, whatever.
Yeah.
But we
Never
don't.
seen- yeah, yeah.
It makes no sense for
Family
us.
home.
I do.
They apply it to HOAs the same way they want to apply it to a condo
That's right.
association.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense.
It makes no sense, because, you know, if you think about it, the buildings that fell in Miami, they fell because the homeowners simply said they didn't wanna cough up that money.
Yeah, I
They
believe
were
that as
gonna be
well.
asked, I think, for like over $1 billion to
Yeah.
carry out all the
Yeah.
repairs, and they just said, we're not paying it. In fact, I think 1 or 2 boards resigned, and it was like, well, we're not gonna pay it, okay, the building fell down,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, but that's not our situation.
Yeah,
Anyway.
yeah. So like those happened, they're a known quantity,
Yeah, I agree.
so we'll stay with them.
All right, new business. Let me give a brief history. We had a situation of a homeowner, walked onto a beach and started setting off fireworks. A neighbor who lived on that beach came over to the homeowner and said, what are you doing on this beach? It's, you know, there's no way to get here, you're creating a fire, get out of here. I don't know if it came to blows or not, but the guy left. A couple of days later, the guy that was doing the fireworks came back, and he said there should be an easement to the beach right here. And so he came back with a machete and he cut a strip right through the greenery from the road surf to the beach. And now then it goes downhill from there. The homeowners have been screaming at each other, they've taken each other to court for restraining orders. I think the judge wisely said, look, just take a few breaths. They've come to us asking, you know, well, where is the easement, blah, 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 blah. And so what we're gonna do, that's short history, what we're gonna do is we're going to get a survey of that stretch of beach, because on the map, there is a piece of property there that seems like it belongs to us. But we think that that is the creek, and it's ours because it is wetland and it's a drainage, and therefore it can't belong to anybody. The easement, what I think both of these owners have forgotten, or at least one of them has, is that the hurricane took out what used to be the Martinez property. You know, the access to the beach was there by Min's house, but in those days there was beach on both sides. But the Martinez property was there and you could walk. Well, the hurricane took care of it on one side, there's no beach, and actually the access point there will only get you to the water to the left. To the right, there's no way to get there. But it's now very possible that there is no easement to the beach on the right. Mother Nature took care of it. That's what the issue is. The one owner is insisting that he has a legal right to access the water and that the easement is where he said it is. Mike and Rhea have measured it, and according to their measurement, not easement, that's not the right word.
Access, just access.
No. The property that we may own is the water, and that's just drainage. We're gonna get a survey done because one of these guys is threatening to sue us. Or he's threatening to take us to court because he has a right to know where the access is, blah, 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 blah. It's very possible there is no access. You guys have the access.
While we're waiting for estimates on a survey, I've got a metal detector and, I'm gonna get some help, but if we can go out there and if I can find the property pins that mark those 4 corners, then we may not need a survey.
Yeah, but it's possible, I think the one pin, the water side pins may be in the water.
They may be, and we may not be able to do it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give it a shot.
Oh, yeah.
I was out there the other day, and I was getting all kinds of false alarms from
You
God
might
knows
find
what.
Blackbeard's treasure. You know,
Yeah,
hey,
right.
come on.
In a few places I tried about where I thought, the corner should be.
Yeah.
You know, I got some hits and I tried digging and, you know, I didn't find any.
But anyway.
So if the pins are in the water, then it's the
Well,
state,
that's-
so then it's nobody,
Because, you know,
right?
that dawned on me when I was looking at one of the flats that Rhea sent out, and I went, wait a minute, that's right. There used to be property here, there was a whole lot, it's gone.
Yeah, right.
And so those outer property pins are definitely gonna be in the water, if they exist.
Yeah, and so that, you know,
Yeah, we don't know what we.
Anything under the water is the state.
That's
So-
right,
Right.
you know, and so we don't know what we're talking about, but to establish where the property, where the private property ends,
Mhm.
we've gotta get a survey. Then we will probably end up the owners of that little stream that goes under that little footbridge.
Mhm.
But anyway,
Yeah, it gets complicated.
we are the owners of the upstream side of that stream above surf.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
That is spelled
Where the
out,
water
yeah.
rips over,
And,
so.
but, the lower part,
You gotta remember too, look, you know, when this place started back in 40 whatever,
47.
Calvert County wasn't exactly
right.
the cutting edge of definitive property lines. You know, they were worried about big farms, blah, blah, blah. These little houses here along the bay, man, they couldn't care less.
Well, I think too, as the property gets more valuable, people will fight it more, and like back then, it was like. I don't
That's
know.
right, that's exactly right.
Good point.
Yeah.
How much would a survey cost?
So I called, there's a man that lives here in Durham Point that has a survey company, linear surveys. And you go down St. Andrews Church Road, make a right to go into Leonardtown, just sits up there on the hill, little brick building. And I explained, I said, I can't authorize anything, but this is what we're looking for. And he quoted top of his head, I said, I know we can't hold you to that, but top of his head was 3,000. So for the next 2 days, he kept sending me things. I found this deed, I found this, I found that. What do you think? You know, I think he has a real curiosity because he lives here in Durham
Well, he
Park.
lives here.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So he said, but you might get a better price from COA Barrett. So I contact, because they operate in Calvert County. So they might have more information than I couldn't think of. So I contacted them, I want to say Wednesday of last week, and the woman I spoke with said, well, and I explained it all to her, and she said, we'll send you some information. So I sent the plat that shows the little lines, and also, as Tony was just talking about, up near Minhu's house, the right-of-way going right out to the water. So I sent that, and I haven't heard back from them though. She's not the surveyor. She
they've got
just,
an online cost
Yeah,
calculator.
you did something as well.
That came out to $2,400.
they did.
you know.
But I don't know if it's worth saving 600 for people that won't even respond.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
I know it's
for
not their
a
top
few
priority,
$100,
but-
this guy is already, you know, doing the research,
No, I
he's
know.
interested.
Yeah, I
I
know,
agree.
I'm just
So then
trying to
I,
give a range
Yeah.
of what,
I
When
waited
did you call her, and it was also a holiday weekend, so that,
Wednesday, I
you
called,
called her Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Okay.
So, and you're right,
I would cut people
You're
a
right.
little bit of slack.
I understand
that.
People
Wait, yeah.
I do.
take Fridays off and
This is
holiday
true.
weekends.
so you're right about that.
Yeah.
But then today I called, is it Wilkerson, and spoke with the person there, and her boss is out of town for a week, but she would pass the information. I faxed something to them, that same plat showing the lines and so on. And she said that she would have Steve, I think it is, call me tomorrow. So we'll see where that goes. And yeah, I don't think we should spend any more money than we have to. But Mr. Inman has done a lot of preliminary legwork and actually did come up with, like, we knew this, and Mike, you even mentioned it when you and I went out to measure. Oh, I wonder if the easement's not up there, you know, for Minhu's house. Once we found, measuring from the survey that one man has, 100 feet and 100 feet, oh, look, we're right on the footbridge. Once we discovered that that easement is, or whatever you want to call it, is likely under the footbridge, then it was like, oh, well, this isn't even the
Yeah,
easement.
you gotta remember, once upon a time, that wasn't the footbridge, that was
You're right,
surf.
that's
It
surf,
went
yeah,
all the
exactly
way
right.
across.
Yeah, so, anyway, if we could maybe at least make a motion to spend up to a certain dollar amount, so that,
I would wait.
Yeah, let's
so
wait
that means
until
we're
we can.
waiting, well, can we do it by email?
Yeah, we can
I
do it
don't
by
wanna
phone,
wait.
no,
I wanna
no, we
get
can
this
do it by
down.
phone
Yeah.
and email and then,
Okay, as long as we can
confirm
do
it,
that.
yeah.
It'd be a good idea that this homeowner is renegade is gonna take us to court. If we get a professional,
Oh, we've
that
got
would take
it,
care of it.
Oh, I agree.
yeah, we
But-
have to do it.
As long as
It's-
we can do it by email, so we don't have to wait now until
we can do it,
October.
yeah.
No, no, no,
Yeah.
yeah, we can do it by phone, by email, and then confirm at the
Okay.
next meeting.
Okay, that works.
You know, because, but that's why it's on there, we didn't really wanna do the whole
But is the
restructuring.
beach itself, as we see it, is that all Martinez's land?
There is, no, Martinez's land is gone.
Well, it's,
Well, there's still, no, there is, from the well rings at Min's to the creek.
Okay, that's his land.
That's, and
And sometimes it's underwater,
Oh, yeah,
sometimes it's not.
sometimes-
He doesn't go
Sometimes
all the
it's
way to the well rings, he goes down to where Surf and Lake used to come together on the stream side of that. As near as we could measure, that was, his property goes not all the way to the well rings.
I thought it was almost.
And
Well,
there's an easement from down, lake and out to the well rings. That's an access, water access.
And that's legit, but the whole thing is, how much of it is left is the well rings.
right, so I think if you look at Lake Drive and Pine, you know, remember, right away goes clear to the water,
Yeah,
just like
and-
it does down on River Terrace.
And this used to be Surf.
Exactly right.
Well, no,
exactly.
it still is here, but it's not here.
Well, it's the right of way, it's
Yeah.
the surf right of way,
It's a footpath. Yeah, yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
it's our right of way,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, yeah, okay.
Rita, once, a few minutes ago, you said right of way or whatever we call it. What else would we call
The road is in my mind, I've always referred to the roadbed as the right of way. And I think that's how the deeds phrase it, the roadbed right of way. So that's 40 to 50 feet, most of which is pavement, if it's been built. The
Right.
easements, I've always referred to them in as easements, but I will have to say,
Do we
this
actually
doesn't
own
say
them?
easement. Yes,
If we actually own it, if it's our property, it's much better to say our property. not easement.
versus easement. Well, okay.
Yeah, you know, that's the other
I don't
thing.
know
It-
what the
it-
status
it-
of that property
It
is.
may be time to change our vocabulary and call it access, not easement, not
Beach
nothing,
access?
just simply access to the water.
Oh.
Because technically,
Yeah,
in places like in front of Jack's house,
Yeah.
there's no public beach left.
no.
You know, and the original concept was that people could walk along the water, you
And
know.
that's what Neiman confirmed.
Yeah.
He said they can walk in the water. That's
Or
in-
and along the water.
basically in the water.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna get your feet wet if you walk along.
And, you know, but the thing is
Fine.
now with some of our Airbnb folks, it's a comedy, I'm taking pictures of gypsies putting up tents in front of our house. I think it's a riot. It's a wonderful blue tent, looks just like the Bedouins. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I've seen them, I've been
You
there.
sent me a picture.
Yeah,
If the camels show up, then you'll.
that's when I draw the line. I have no intention of going down and starting a fight with somebody on the beach. But when the camels show up, maybe I'll make an
I'll share
exception.
some.
Yeah, well, also too, I mean, whoever went down and started chopping things, you can't, it's a protected area, so they don't have the right to just,
That's
even
right.
if they think it's
Wasn't
an
that the
easement, they don't have the
homeowner's
right to go down
Yes,
and chop.
and the thing is,
Land,
it's
so-
not even the answer, it's someone else's property.
He was,
Yeah,
I'd say at the 98.5 percentile, he was trespassing
That's right.
and causing property damage,
So we should,
And-
so we should sue him.
period.
We should sue
Cutting
him.
down vegetation in the critical
Or
area
you can
without
have that.
county or state permits.
Right, so
But
that's a
if-
big no-no.
So if you really had decimated the place, ripped out vegetation and so on, if I reported it
Yeah.
to critical area people,
Yeah.
who would get dinged on this? The owners of the lot.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
And I
why.
confirmed it.
why, that's something big, but somebody else came in.
That is, you know, sometimes the
I
law
was told
doesn't
that
ask.
15 or so years ago
That's
when
it.
something came
But
up.
can't
I
you
contacted
say
the
that,
county,
yeah.
they told me that.
Seems like it's
And
in
he
that
said-
house, and
Yes,
that's
they did
not,
before.
that wouldn't be
That's
right.
not right.
He said to me,
Until somebody comes.
If they have evidence. that-
Yeah.
so 15 years ago when I tried to report something that somebody had done, the county explained that to me. He said, do you want to report this? Because you're the ones that will be fined. Because it was on our property. And I said, well, no, I don't think I do. It wasn't a
Well, you know,
major thing.
but
So
no,
I called to confirm it, and sure,
Sure.
exact same
But
thing.
Mike has a point. If there's no evidence that clearly indicates that someone else did it, they assume that you
Yeah.
did it.
Yeah,
But if you have clear evidence.
We do.
We do have.
We have a
I know,
witness.
but then it has to go to court and blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah,
And we have his license
and,
plate.
and, you know, and who needs all that? We got enough hate and discontent with these
Oh,
guys
yeah.
doing restraining
No, what
orders.
I meant was if they tried to come after Dorothy Hassan for,
Yeah.
for that damage in the critical area, and she had a witness or a
Yeah.
picture or anything else of this guy, that would not stand up in court.
Yeah, I don't think
It
so.
would not,
That would be,
I don't
well,
think
no,
so.
I mean,
even
that,
an eyewitness.
Well, the concept that she can be charged for the
Oh,
violation.
Okay,
Because you've got
Sure,
clear
sure.
evidence that
Okay,
somebody
okay.
else did it.
okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But anyway, that's the latest in the playground.
We should all be installing cameras that, taking pictures of when something happens like that.
Let's
Crazy.
just all play nicely in the sandbox, please.
We can control ourselves, but,
Anyway,
anyway,
so that's new, but does anybody else have anything they'd like to throw out there to keep everybody interested and excited about new business? Oh, wow, lot of enthusiasm. All right, well then, I guess the next thing is to schedule the next meeting.
either the first or the 8th of October,
Oh, yeah, you're right.
But I'm out of town first.
so.
But you guys can always just set up a
Rita's
camera.
not here on the first,
I'm
right?
not, no.
Okay, so let's do the 8th.
Mhm.
Has anybody got an objection, or?
And just a reminder about the membership meeting on the 24th.
Mhm.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Of September?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Can I use your pen for a second?
And that's at 7:30, right? Yeah.
The 24th.
The meeting
Yeah.
starts at 7.
Seven.
Oh, wait.
Oh, it's 7.
Oh, the general meeting.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
What day of the week is that? Is that
Tuesday.
a Tuesday?
Everything's done on Tuesday, including the wine tastings at Barrel Nine.
This
Something's
is-
wrong. There's something wrong with this picture.
Thank you. Okay.
All right, anything else while we're all here? Well, then
So,
I,
is this the one where they were gonna take out restraining orders, this surf drive thing?
oh, yeah, yeah.
They did.
They did take out restraining.
Yeah, but the judge told them to relax. He didn't.
I had them both in my office.
Oh,
At the same time, or?
And the one guy said something that sounded like, oh yeah, if this happens again, I'll go a shotgun, I'll show you how this works.
Oh, my God.
I would
A lot of bravado in
think
that.
the
He
first
said
judge
that
would just-
in my presence.
He did.
I couldn't believe it.
Well, that's threatening, that's not,
Yeah.
that's a whole
He
nother
was just
ballgame.
commenting that
Is
he
this
owns
the
a
renegade guy
shotgun.
that did that?
No,
or-
that's,
Oh, the other
that's
guy.
not good.
Renegade.
They're both a
Did the
little,
judge order arbitration? I
No,
would think they would.
I don't think so. I think he just simply told them to settle
Oh,
down
take
and
a,
get out of here.
take a deep breath.
So it's like a temporary restraining order, not made permanent, I guess, if that makes sense. I'm not real familiar with restraining orders, happily.
Take a deep breath, guys.
Yeah, that's about what it was, I think.
Ah, yes. Anything else? Then we may go.
Thank you.
Yeah, well.
So Martinez
yeah, I guess
has
it's-
some part of this.
I guess it's.
Yeah, so
they
this-
have a
sometimes
website.
underwater.
This
We're
probably
on-
goes more like
If-
this.
We have a, maybe
Yeah.
storm and
And
trees
this is
are down, we
oftentimes
can get
underwater,
on
and
that.
sometimes
but-
it's not.
Well, it's
Oh, we
all-
have
yes, it
generators,
is
so we should
nothing.
have
Unless you get a really low tide.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
This is just all
we could get
that
on the air.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Either try walking on it, just walk on
Yeah,
it.
right, so-
I thought you were saying something down there that I
Yeah,
should.
we have to
Yeah.
have a plan.
And this was,
So maybe like-
this decades ago was a lot more
I
detailed.
don't
It was
Yeah, this was,
Okay.
this was.
Yeah, so I'll try to
From
go
Friday?
tomorrow. And
Now,
let
this,
you know.
this still is beach, but this is just if
It
you,
might be, it's
Yeah,
been
this
so
is still
long that we
beach,
would
but
have
it's
to
less
reset
than it used
passwords,
to be.
or
Right.
you might have to.
Yeah,
actually
you can
type
kind
it.
of walk
Also,
up,
Maggie
it ends
was-
like here at the
No,
top.
Maggie did
A couple things go
before,
right,
and I
you
know
can
she
kind of walk.
coordinated with Peter, but then she, well, she could.
Right.
And then she
Never
left,
thought
so we're kind of
Yeah.
like hanging.
Right,
Yeah.
so, but I'll see if I can look and see if that'll work.
Yeah.
This is going up on the
This is
creek.
Right,
This is
okay.
Grace Creek.
Yeah, that'll work, all right,
Yeah.
Oh, it
thanks.
goes up there.
Right.
Yeah.
Grace Creek, yeah, I didn't have a name.
Okay, I'll pick one and
You're
we'll
an
tell.
EY or sorry, I'm just curious.
EY, I think, but
Okay, I was just curious, that is,
if you go to Calvin County website and
Let's give it to you.
do a search on the app, there's actually an interactive GIS map.
Rhea?
Now, you can access, and you can access it on
We're
different
thinking of doing baskets either Friday the
different
13th or
levels.
Friday
It
the
can
20th.
be
Do you have a
demographic, it can
preference
be
or?
geographic, it can be terrain, all kind of crap. And if you look at that,
13th through the 20th
it
of
actually
September.
shows
Yeah.
this
Everyone.
drainage is being great.
You choose.
Is that the F-back?
Oh, okay, let's do it on.
Thank you.
Okay.